Howdy, everybody. Too Late Tony here. Anyway, I was down at the commissioner's last Tuesday to get the agenda. I had no idea that they were having a celebration for first responders. So I walked in, was going to get the agenda, and asked if I could get on the computers when the lady at the front desk said, okay, she was going to go and get me someone to help me. And that somebody, I can't remember his name, was a Skagit County sheriff. That's not what I asked for. That's not what you... Anyway. So he came up to me, asked me what I was there for, and so I figured, well, I might as well file a complaint against the officers that are faulty and making false police reports. That's what I told him. And he said, oh, okay, well, Officer Case will be here to assist you. And I says, well, Officer Case is one of them. So I really that wouldn't work for me. Anyway. So the meetings, the celebration starts for first responders, and I decide to attend that with that, which I believe I'm legally able to do. And so I heard what I needed to hear. I got up to leave, and as I'm walking out, this officer, I don't know who it was, comes running after me and throws these papers in my arms, trying to serve me some papers, and about there's a court date that I need to know about or something. When I have done nothing except investigate my water and the faultiness and the fraudulent real estate shit that's been going on for over 30 years on Schiller Road due to Richard Johnson and Russell Johnson and Miss Brunswick with West Coast Realtors and Marble Mount Properties LLC, Mr. Metzler. It is so highly illegal what they're doing. And trying to unlawfully they're trying to criminate and demonize me to drive me off my property because of the rights that came with this property, which is first right of the water. Bottom line. Indians are fighting over it. The county's fighting over it. This is their way of going around the agreements that they made back in 2014, 12, or I don't know, 13, 14. Anyway. My neighbors next to me, Lance Eugene Ford's parents, and by the way, Lance Eugene Ford is a commissioner for the fire department at District 8, right across from Janicki's new building. Lisa Janicki won't answer my property swap questions, what this illegal property swap is. She won't answer. Tom Wenzel brought it up. I didn't. About misuse of an easement. So I brought it up after the fact that he brought it up. Their misuse of an easement and or right-of-way. The original easement was 15 and a half feet. Now it's 30 feet and with no monetary money exchange. That's what it says on there. Someone needed to be reimbursed for the property they're taking. And yeah. So it's a big fiasco on Schiller Road. Big real estate fraud Chicago title is transposed numbers, auditor file numbers. I've got that. They won't answer any of that questions. That's what I went down there to the commissioners also, is to show that these numbers were transposed. And I also went down to Chicago Title and showed them they were transposed, but I need to file a claim. But if I don't do it right, how am I going to... Anyway. So, one big kangaroo court system slandering me, defamation of my character. The cop, the Skagit County Sheriff's long time, and because I didn't really pay attention to it because I didn't know what it meant, because I'm not a criminal. VUXA, Violation of a Controlled Substance Act. They tried, that was a long time ago. I don't have any, I got caught with one piece of marijuana washer weed, went through the washing machine back when I was 25. And that's all I got on my record as of drugs. And they're trying to say that I'm carrying a violation of a Controlled Substance Act? What the hell? Telling Marysville Police Department that I'm in danger to myself and others? What the hell? When I'm over down at my best friend's house and his 90-year-old dad, they come down like SWAT team. Unbelievable. Saying I got guns when they took my pellet guns. That's all I had was pellet guns. They stole them from me. Anyway. Yeah, came up here without a warrant, the curtilage of my home, and arrested me wrongfully, unlawfully. When the cop has the person that called on the phone stating, well, did you see him? And you can barely hear him say, no. How can you say that I was doing, the cops say, and then he makes up the stories that I'm walking around my property down at the bottom of my driveway when I wasn't, yelling things off an order when I was reading an order. Is it unlawful to read an order out loud? Is it? I was only reading the order. And if it makes people feel intimidated or afraid or whatever, that's not my fault. I didn't write it. They wrote it. It's a wrongful arrest. The cops making shit up. That's the bottom line. Corrupt Skagit County sheriffs. And that's why, so I went down to the courthouse after this officer come running out and trying to give me these papers. I went right down to the district courthouse, down to the Supreme Courthouse, asked what papers were being served, or if there was anything filed against me, and they said no. Both of them. So what could this be? Making more shit up. Denying me access to computers I pay for because my computer is crashed. And it's not easy doing it over your cell phone. Or, it's just not the same. And I figured if I had any questions, there's people right there that I could answer them. But they don't want to answer anything I have to say, any questions I have. Anyway. So my assumption is that anywhere I drive around, they're going to try to pull me over, try to falsely arrest me, accuse me of something I didn't do, blah, 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 just to drive me out of the neighborhood. Anyway, peace, like, hate, subscribe, cease and desist officer case, and Skagit County Sheriff's Department, Mount Vernon Police Department, Cedar Woolley Police Department, Game and Wildlife. If you look at the history of the water on their own website, they're all listed right there. All the people that are messing with me. So peace, like, hate, subscribe. Innocent victim. Too late, Tony. Over and out. Like, hate, subscribe. This is not legal advice. Disclaimer, blah, blah, blah. Don't do what I do. All that good stuff.